back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sonia and I would love it if you could subscribe, and if you're not an existing subscriber, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a full face of e.l.f. makeup. So I'm going to be starting something new on my channel where every other month I'm going to be doing a full face of makeup. Now I've already filmed the makeup part of the video and this is the look I came up with. So the next time I will be doing a full face of makeup will be in October. I just don't want to have to keep buying makeup all the time, but I do want to also try some new makeup, so I thought every other month would be a good balance. So I did buy all of the e.l.f. products myself. Some of them were already products in my collection, so I didn't have to buy them, but I did buy quite a few things on e.l.f. recently. So I do also have a new background, as you can see, so please do ignore if you can see anything there because we still are unpacking. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the video of me applying the e.l.f. makeup and my opinions on them. So let's get started first with base. I did already have a primer from e.l.f., but I'm pretty sure that caused one of the foundations I tried previously to peel on my face. I will link it up here in the cards. It was when my sister bought me a full face of makeup. I did go on the e.l.f. website and buy all of this myself because I just wanted to try some more e.l.f. makeup. So this, I believe, actually came as a free gift. So it's the e.l.f. Illuminating Primer Mist, which, you know me, I love anything that says illuminating, so I thought, you know what, let's give that a go. Shake it and it's like it's got like a little ball inside. I like the packaging. I just don't know how I'm going to feel about it being a primer mist. I've tried this Smashbox primer, like the primer water before, and I didn't hate it. I just don't know how I'm going to feel about this. So I do have a mirror here, if you're wondering, because I am sat by my window. This is the first time me filming in this area, so I hope it looks okay. So, oh, that's a bit, I don't know if you can see. It's a bit of a vigorous mist, but oh. First impressions, I don't like this mist. It feels too forceful. Is that even the word to describe it? It just feels a bit much on the face. I didn't spray too much of it, to be fair, because I didn't need to. I don't know really whether it's added any illumination. I don't know, maybe a little bit. Feels not tacky, just a little bit tacky, so nothing too bad. I think I'm gonna have to play with that one a little bit more, but I think I prefer to actually just put a primer on my face rather than spraying it on, and like I said, the spray on that is a bit vigorous for me. Okay, so next we have the foundation. Now everybody on YouTube raves about this foundation. It's meant to be a dupe for the It Cosmetics CC cream. I have had that It Cosmetics one before, but I find the shade range on it a bit poor because I thought light would be okay. It was too dark for me, and I haven't tried the pale one or the fair one, but I have heard people say that are like similar skin tone to me that is also too pale. So I'm curious to see about this. Now I have a feeling they've given me the wrong shade, either that or I picked the wrong shade. I picked Fair 150. Now I can't remember what I picked, but this is Cool Peach Undertone. I don't know, we'll make it work either way, but I'm excited to try this. I've recently watched Jessica Braun rave about this. So this is it out of its packaging. I think it might work. I think I might be able to get it to work, but yeah, we'll see. So I'm going to give it a good shake. Okay, so I've just gone to wet my sponge because I'm going to apply it the way that I would any other foundation, and I just find working with a sponge is what I prefer. This is also natural lighting as well, so please let me know what you think. I still do have my ring light, but I do try to use as much natural light as I can because I do think it does look better, especially with the recent videos that I've put up. That was in my old house and I was right near the window, and I just felt like it looked I just felt it looked a bit better than my ring light, but I can always try and make shift and do both. Maybe it's a bit cloudy here today, but I really need to film. Is this going to come out? Is even anything in this? Here we go. Okay. I don't know if I've put too much on. It's also, I don't know if you can see, but I feel like that's sucked out quite a lot of the air. So, okay. Let's just see, shall we? Let's just see how this is going to look. It looks a bit orange. So the coverage is, I would definitely say, a lot more than what I would usually go for. Yeah, it's a full coverage one, which I don't usually really go for full coverage. The colour's not awful, it's a bit peachy for what I would usually go for. Now if you were to use this with a brush, I feel like it would definitely give you more coverage. I always feel like at the moment it's so difficult to try and find foundations that will work, you know, for colour wise. I just feel like I'm not the best at selecting colours because I usually go for a lighter shade and usually one that's cool because my undertone is cool. But I feel like this is making me look orange. I also just kind of feel like it's just sitting on my skin and sinking into my fine lines, which I'm not a fan of. So this shade definitely isn't the right shade for me. Surprise, surprise. Shocker there. I do actually think though that this was the lightest shade for fair. So I'm curious to see if you're my skin tone and you are similar to me where you have to try and you usually just pick like light porcelain or, you know, something along the lines of that. I would love to know what shade you've got in this because, yeah, looking at this, I'm orange. I always feel like when I do videos like this, it never works out well. I feel like, I don't know if you can see, but I feel like it's sinking into all of my lines. So I have I have smile lines under my eyes. So, I'm not sure at the minute. I mean, to be fair, I haven't been really on it that much with my skincare, which I know I should. But like I said, I haven't been on it that much with my skincare recently, so that could also be why. With regards to this foundation, it's definitely not the right colour for me. I've tried to take it down as much as I can, but yeah, definitely not the right colour for me, which is a shame. And I have a feeling that you're going to have to stare at this the entire time. Yeah, I just feel like it's sitting in the lines that I don't want it to sit in. I really want to love it because, like I said, everyone else really does love it, but for my first impressions looking at it, especially when I look up close, now I know people don't look at you like up close like the way you do yourself, but looking up close, I just feel like it's emphasising everything I don't want it to emphasise. My dry patches here, my smile lines, just everything that I don't really want to be emphasised. So I'm going to have to play along with this more and just see what I think. It could just be because I'm a bit off with my skincare at the minute. The colour isn't my shade, which is fine, but I need to play with it more because at the moment I just feel like it's sinking into all the lines I don't want it to sink into. So next is eyeshadow, and this is the code I'm going to use. So I already had this. I didn't feel like I needed to buy another eyeshadow palette from ELF. Even though there is a lot of nice ones on the market, I've already got this one and I don't want to just be spending all of my money. So this one is the Cream and Sugar palette from ELF. It's the bite-sized ones. Firstly, this is what I hate about these palettes. Please tell me if I'm doing something wrong here. I find it so difficult to get into these palettes and I just dig my nail in them all the time. It's just frustrating for me. I don't understand that. Here we go. As you can see, now I've just dug my nail in that, but I'm just going to do something really simple today because I don't feel like doing anything really over the top. So I think I'm actually just going to put this shimmer, I think, all over my lid. But before I do the eyeshadow, I'm actually going to use the ELF lid primer. Now, I don't always use a lid primer, if I'm honest, but I just thought because I've got this ELF one here, we will put it on here. I do like this one. I feel like it's a good eye primer. It's not expensive. Sometimes you can pay stupid amounts, I think, for an eye primer, and I would never do that just because I just don't really use it that much. I know you're meant to because it's meant to help with the longevity of your eyeshadow, but I would honestly, if you're looking for a eyelid primer, pick this one up. It's £4. It's better than spending over £10 on a lid primer. That's just my honest opinion. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to set that with just this colour in the palette here. I know it's a little bit dark, but we're working with it. And I'll just put it in the crease as well. So these are great if you're travelling. You know that you only really do basic looks, or you're looking for something that's only a basic look. So, you know, if you're on a work weekend, you know, if you're on a work week somewhere and you know that you're just going to want basic looks, this is perfect. For me, though, I just am not overly wowed by this palette. It could literally just be the colours, because I've seen other people absolutely rave about this as well. I know Jessica Braun, which I always mention Jessica Braun because I just love her videos. She really likes the rosewood, is it rosewood? Like the rosy colour one, and I like that, but just because I think I've had my experience with this one, I just feel like I don't know if I want to really buy any more of these. So what I'm going to do is just take this fluffy brush here, and I'm just going to take that colour again, and I'm just going to run it through the crease. It doesn't really make too much of a difference, but I'm just trying to make sure that it's all blended together. This is really soft, by the way. This is a new brush. This is the Luxie brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this other Luxie one as well. And I don't know, I'm tempted between these two. And I feel like actually I'm just going to go with this one just because it's lighter. And now I know people will put it on with their finger. Do whatever is best for you. Sometimes I think it just depends for me. Sometimes I want to put it on with a brush. Sometimes I'll put it on with my finger. I don't know if you can see, but I just find it really difficult to work with. And maybe that's why people use their finger with this. Let's try it with the finger. So the payoff is better with the finger, which to be fair is always usually the case anyway. And what I'm going to do again is I'm just going to take that brush and just go into that shade again, just to blend the edges so it doesn't look so harsh. Like I said, if you're looking for something that is literally just going to be a fast and easy eyeshadow, you're not going to want to be using so many different colours, this is perfect. And I knew I didn't want to be doing anything crazy today just because I've got a day off today from work and I just want to chill. So I thought nothing too crazy. I wanted to just sit down and film some videos. So there is a little bit of fallout, I don't know if you can see here. I don't mind that really. I kind of expect a lot of fallout. I've just wiped it off. Now, I know for some people fallout is a deal breaker, but usually with like shimmer products, anything like that, I usually find I get fallout anyway, whether it's a high-end palette or a high street palette. It's just, that's how shimmers are, even when you put it on with your finger. So it's not a deal breaker for me. I am not bothered by that, but if you are, I'm just making you aware that there is fallout. Okay, so next I have the concealer, and I've wanted to try this concealer for a long time. This has actually been in my Pinterest wish list because I have a wish list full of stuff that I've wanted to try, and this was one of them. So this is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Now, I need hydration because my skin is dry. So I got it in Fair Rose, and this is what it looks like. We will see. We'll see what I think to this. Oh, that is a really big doe foot. So I don't put a huge amount of concealer on. I just not who I am. That doe foot was a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Okay, let's try this now. So this is actually lighter than the foundation, which is good. I don't know whether it's a bit too light though with this foundation, because like I said, this foundation is not the right shade for me. So I don't know whether it's just too light with this foundation. With my usual foundation, I think this would work perfect. I don't think it works. I always feel like when I sit down, like I said, and do these videos, they just never work out the way that when I watch other people on YouTube do. I'm not claiming to be good at makeup. Okay, so I've just blended in the concealer. I'm gonna have to get used to this concealer actually, because the doe foot is a lot bigger than what I'm used to. I usually am just used to like a thinner one. so I have to be careful with it because I'm putting quite a lot of product on my face. This shade will be perfect for me when I don't have a foundation that's too dark for me, so my usual foundation, this shade will be perfect. I feel like my face is looking a little bit dry. We do have a product that will hopefully help with that, but overall, looking at this at the moment from afar, it doesn't look too bad. Obviously ignore the shade difference, but it doesn't look too bad. It's just when I get up close I start to notice some of my imperfections being a bit more pronounced. My forehead wrinkles though, even from afar, the foundation has sunk into them. That's why I don't really like full coverage foundations, because for me, my skin, because I have dry skin, I find that I have more wrinkles. I like the concealer. On first impressions, I like the concealer. I just need to try it with the foundation that I know is my shade and works with my skin type. I'm gonna play around with that one a little bit more. Now, I'm looking a little bit crazy, I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna move on to powder, and I've just picked up this e.l.f. one. This is the Prime and Stay Finishing Powder in Fair Light. I'm hopeful that this is going to hopefully turn down the little bit of orange that's happening on my face right now. So this is like the old school e.l.f. packaging that I remember, because I first tried e.l.f. when they first came out, when products were like £2, £3. This foundation was £15. So e.l.f. has gone up in price now. Like I said, when I first started buying e.l.f., which was quite, I mean, to be fair, I didn't get into makeup until I was 20, but it was quite a few years ago. I was still at uni, and like I said, there was like £2 or £3 for stuff. This I think is like £4, so kind of the old e.l.f. prices, I thought. I can't remember how much this was, but just the packaging and everything just reminds me of old school e.l.f. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take some of this and just set my under eye. Okay, and then we're gonna take a bit of a bigger, fluffier brush. I've got my Real Techniques one back again, and I'm so happy. I really did miss this Real Techniques powder brush. Is it turning it down? I don't think so. I think it's just adding another layer on top. However, I do appreciate that this powder wasn't expensive. So, and I feel like it's done what I've wanted it to do. So yeah, really happy with that powder. Okay, so I have a couple of options for bronzer, and I've just realised I've put powder on. I do this all the time. Both of them are cream products. I do have the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer, and this one is in Tan Lines. I've seen a lot of people rave about this one. But I did also see this on the e.l.f. website, and this is something I did want to try, and this is the e.l.f. Electric Mood. And, oh, I don't know if you can see, but it's like a collaboration. So I'm definitely going to be using the highlighter in this palette, but I don't know about the bronzer or the blushes. We can always try those a different time, because I think I want to try this one and the other putty blush I've got, but we will try this with highlight. So I believe this was the lightest bronzer without it being a contour colour, because there was a contour colour as well, but I didn't want to buy that. So this is what it looks like. Now, like I said, we do have to remember that I have just powdered my skin, so if this doesn't look great, it could be due to that, but let's just give it a go. Ooh, I like that. That's really subtle and really pretty. What is this? This is a buffing brush by Real Techniques as well. Oh, it looks a lot crazier in the camera than what it does in real life. Bring it up on my forehead and blend. Ooh, I can see myself reaching for this quite a lot actually. Not that I need to make myself look any more bronzed. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and add some down here. I really like this. I really like this. I feel like it's added a really nice bronze to my skin. It's looking a lot more crazy in the camera, but in real life it is just a little bit more subtle. I'm just gonna try and blend. Really rate this. It didn't take me long. It looks crazy in the camera, but in real life it looks really subtle, really pretty. I can see this being something that I reach for quite a lot, which I'm really happy about because I get a little bit nervous when I do cream products. I feel like I'm still not very good at them, but this is just so easy that if you're like me and haven't really ventured out too much into cream bronzers and stuff like that, this is super easy and I'd honestly recommend looking at it. So really happy with that. And then I do have the putty blush as well. So this one is, I can't think, I got this in a Latest in Beauty. I didn't actually buy it from the Elf website. It doesn't have the colour on it, which is really annoying, but it's this like vibrant colour here. I'm going to be very gentle with this, and I'm also going to pat some off onto my hand as well. So I'm just conscious I don't want to look too crazy. Oh, and there we go, we've reached crazy level. Now let's see how well this one blends. Okay, I don't love the blush. I mean, this is the excess that came off. I don't love the blush as much as I love the bronzer, but I don't hate it. I just feel like it's something that, I mean, I always blend out my blush anyway because I don't like something really over the top. I feel like it didn't really blend that well. Yeah, I'm just not obsessed with this blush. I mean, but again, we do have to factor in that I have powdered my skin, so it could look better when it's not powdered. So we're actually going to go in with this palette now, and we're going to use this cream highlight. Now I'm actually just going to use my finger, I think, because that will be better. Oh, this feels really greasy. Can you even see anything? There's a little something coming off, but I'm not sure really what I think to this. It feels really greasy in the pan, which I didn't really like. It's very subtle, I think, which if you're after something subtle, that's good. But I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that, and it's just giving me a natural highlight, nothing too crazy. I don't even feel like I really need to blend it in, but I'm going to do it anyway just because I don't want it to look too harsh. I always like it to look like it's sunken into the skin. Okay, so yeah, I think my favourite thing out of that kind of like the bronzer, blush and highlight is definitely the bronzer. Now we're going to move on to brow products. Now I did actually pick up 2 brow products. I picked up just a natural crayon. This one's in neutral brown. But I did pick up the Wow Brow as well. This is something that I've wanted to try for a while as well, and I think I might just put this on today. I don't really feel like doing a pencil. This is what it looks like. I'm really loving my brow gels at the minute. Now this is the colour. Let's see, what I went for brunette. I already need to do my brows. I feel like I only did them recently, but I really like this. I really like this. I think the colour works well. I don't know how well it's picking up on the camera. I don't know whether it makes it look a little bit crazy, but this colour is perfect for me. I really like this. I feel like it's definitely more dry. Now I am using an Eyeshadow brow gel at the moment, and I definitely feel like that one's a little bit more wet. This is definitely more dry, which I do like, and I need to do my brows. That's why they look a little bit bushy, but I really like this, and I can definitely see myself using this a lot more and even being the best one I've tried so far, which to be fair, I haven't tried a lot of brow gels but I really do like that one, and I will just use this in another video because I don't really feel like I need to use this at the minute. I'm really just liking brow gels. It's fast, it's easy, and it gives your brows. Okay, so I'm not going to put anything on the bottom of my eyes just because it is definitely more of a neutral look. So the next thing I'm going to do is the setting spray, and I feel like my face really needs this setting spray right now. It's looking a little bit cakey. So this is the e.l.f. Illuminating Mist and Set. I used to have the e.l.f. setting spray a while back, but not the illuminating one, and you all know I love a good illuminating spray. It does look exactly like the other one though that I used to have. I'm just going to shake it. Again, I feel like it's definitely more forceful. I feel like it's toned down the cakiness a little bit, but I mean, it's not going to unfortunately get rid of the wrinkles that are on my face right now. You know what I think what doesn't help with the whole colour thing is the fact that I'm wearing a strappy top. I feel like if I wasn't wearing a strappy top, I feel like it wouldn't look as bad. So yeah, I mean, to be fair, you know kind of my stance on setting sprays. I'm not like overly obsessed with them, but I do think that it does help if you have something that's cakey to tone it down a little bit. And I mean, I'm always going to pick an illuminating setting spray. It's just who I am as a person. I miss my glowy base. The next thing I have is the mascara. Again, something that Jessica Braun has raved about, and it makes her eyelashes look amazing. And it's the e.l.f. Lash It Loud Volumizing Mascara. So this, I only got a mini, firstly because I don't really feel like I need a full size. Usually minis can last me 6 months anyway. So this is what it looks like, and this is what the one looks like. So I'm going to go and put this on now. I'm most probably not going to record this bit because no one wants to see me with my mouth wide open. Okay, so there's one and there's the other. This does look good. You can actually tell a difference, which is rare for me. I really like this mascara. I feel like it adds the volume that I need. I am definitely going to play around with that one a little bit more. And last but no means least, I do have a few e.l.f. lipsticks as well, but I did go ahead and buy a new one, and this one is the Hydrating Core Lip Shine in Happy, I don't know what, I don't, hopefully you can see that. I'm going to butcher it if I do. So it's got a love art on it, which I think was just so cute. So let's give this one a go. So it's definitely more subtle, which I don't mind because I have quite a neutral eye, so a subtle lip is nice as well. It feels really hydrating, which I like, and the only thing though that I find is that it's ruined the really pretty top now, but I like this as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and it would mean the world to me if you could subscribe if you don't already. And I would love to know below your thoughts and opinions on the products I tried today, and if you have any other hints or tips to make these products work for me, please let me know below. And until my next video, thank you for coming by. See you later.